Why predators rarely attack humans sleeping. 50,000 years ago, no walls, no doors, no weapons ready. Just a group of humans lying on the ground in an open forest, completely asleep. And 200 feet away, a lion is standing in the dark. It can smell them. It can hear their breathing. It knows exactly where they are. And then it turns around and walks away. Not because it was full, not because it was scared of the dark. It walked away from a group of sleeping, helpless, weaponless humans. Why? Here's what makes this so strange. These humans slept outside every night for hundreds of thousands of years, surrounded by lions, leopards, wolves, hyenas, animals that could see perfectly in complete darkness, animals that could smell a human from 2 miles away. And yet, they survived. Not once or twice, every single night, generation after generation. There's a reason for that. Actually, there are 5. And the 5th one will completely flip how you see ancient humans forever. Let's go.
The first reason is something most people get completely wrong. They think fire was discovered for warmth or for cooking. Both of those are true, but that is not why fire changed everything. Fire changed everything because of what it did to the darkness. 1 million years ago, when ancient humans first learned to control fire, they did not just get warmth, they got a border. A glowing circle of light pushed into total, crushing darkness. And here is the thing that almost nobody realizes. Every animal on this earth is born afraid of fire. Not taught, not trained, born. Even animals raised inside cages their whole lives, animals that have never seen a forest, never been near a wildfire, will back away from the smell of smoke, automatically, without thinking. The fear is that old. Because millions of years ago, the animals that were not afraid of fire did not run from wildfires, and they burned, and they died, and they left no children. The ones who ran survived, and their fear survived with them, passed down generation after generation, until it was no longer a choice, it was instinct. So by the time our ancestors were sleeping next to fire every single night, every predator in the forest already had 2 million years of stay away from fire written into its blood. The lion did not decide to avoid the camp, its entire body told it to. And here is the part that still gets me. Our ancestors had no idea why fire kept them safe. They did not understand instinct. They did not understand animal psychology. They just knew fire worked, so they kept it burning every night without fail. They built the most powerful alarm system in the ancient world without knowing they were building anything at all. But fire alone was not enough, because here is what nobody tells you.
Fire goes out, wood runs out, people fall asleep, storms happen. And in those moments, when the fire is low and the darkness comes back in, something else had to protect them, and that something was hidden inside the group itself. Ancient humans never slept alone. They slept in clans, families pressed together, sometimes 20 people, sometimes 30, all sleeping in the same place at the same time. Now think about what a predator sees when it looks at that. It does not see 20 helpless individuals. It sees one large, warm, breathing, unpredictable mass. And predators know groups. They spend their entire lives studying groups, herds of deer, packs of zebra, clusters of buffalo. And they know one rule better than anything else. Never attack the group. Hunt the one that is separated. A zebra alone at the edge of the herd, that is dinner. A zebra in the middle of 500 others, that is a problem. Our sleeping ancestors were never at the edge. But here is where it gets even stranger. Not everyone in that sleeping group slept the same way. Some slept deeply, some slept lightly, some stirred at the smallest sound, some shifted and mumbled without ever fully waking. And this was not random. The groups where everyone slept deeply, all silent, all still, all completely unconscious at the same time, those groups got attacked. Many of them did not survive. The groups with a natural mix, some deep sleepers, some light, those groups had someone who always woke up, someone who always heard the sound first, someone who sat up and made noise and pulled everyone else out of sleep in seconds. Over thousands of years, the light sleepers kept surviving. leaving. The groups with no light sleepers kept disappearing. And so, without any plan, without any decision, ancient human groups became naturally filled with people whose sleep stayed thin enough to break. They had guards, they just did not know it. But this is where everything flips. You think the predator is the dangerous one in this story. It is not.
Our ancestors did not just smell like sleeping prey. They smelled like something that had never existed before in the history of the natural world. They smelled like fire, like ash and smoke baked into their skin, like cooked meat, like animal hides treated in smoke for days, like strange plants they used for pain, like the particular earth of their sleeping ground mixed with everything they had touched and burned and eaten. To a predator with a nose 100 times more powerful than any human nose today, a sleeping ancient human was not a meal. It was a wall of completely unknown, completely unrecognizable smell. And predators do not attack things they cannot identify. A lion's hunger is specific. It knows the smell of a zebra. That smell triggers the hunt. That smell says, I know this. I know how to kill this. I know where to bite and how fast it runs and when it panics. A sleeping human smelled like none of that. A sleeping human smelled like a question. And in the wild, unanswered questions get left alone. The lion stands there, nose working, body tense, and something inside it, quiet and cold, says, this is not prey. I do not know what this is. Move away. And it does. Now, here is the question that took me a long time to answer. Why were predators so careful? Why not just try, even once, and see what happens? This is where the story becomes something different entirely. Our ancestors were not just sleeping in that forest. They were hunting in it. For 2 million years, ancient humans hunted, not rabbits, not fish. They hunted mammoths, animals 4 times the size of a horse. They hunted giant cave bears. They hunted the direct ancestors of today's lions and wolves and leopards, and they were terrifyingly effective. Entire species vanished after humans arrived in a new territory. Animals that had survived 3 ice ages, animals that had outlasted volcanic winters, animals that had existed for millions of years before humans ever arrived.
Gone, within a few thousand years of humans showing up. In the ancient world, humans were not something predators hunted. Humans were the ones doing the hunting, and the predators learned this, not from being taught, from being killed. The lions that got too close to human camps got spears. The wolves that followed human groups too boldly got rocks and fire and coordinated attacks from 30 screaming humans who did not run. The bold predators died. The careful ones lived, and their children were careful too, and their children, and their children, and their children's children. For 10,000 generations, caution around humans was the only thing that kept a predator alive. And so, the caution stopped being a choice. It became inherited, written into the body, passed from parent to child, without a single word ever being spoken. So when a leopard 50,000 years ago caught the scent of sleeping humans on the night wind, something old moved inside it. Not a thought, not a calculation, a feeling, deep and quiet and absolute. Do not go near that. That feeling was built from every ancestor of that leopard that had survived a close moment with these strange, upright, fire-carrying creatures by choosing, at the last second, to walk away. And the 5th reason, this one is the one that changed everything for me. You think a sleeping ancient human was unconscious. They were not fully.
Human sleep runs in cycles, deep, then light, then deep again, then light, over and over through the whole night. And during those light cycles, the brain does not stop. It listens. Familiar sounds, wind, rain, the crackle of the fire, those pass through without waking anyone. The brain filters them, ignores them. But an unfamiliar sound, a heavy footstep on dry leaves, the slow breathing of something large, a branch bending under weight, that sound does not get filtered. It gets pulled forward, straight toward waking. The ancient humans who slept too deeply never heard those sounds in time. They did not wake up fast enough. Many of them did not wake up at all. But the light sleepers woke woke up, they sat up, they made noise, they pulled the whole group out of sleep in seconds. Those are the humans who survived. Those are the humans who had children. Those are our ancestors. Which means every person alive today is descended from the light sleepers, the ones whose brains kept one ear open every single night for their entire lives, the ones who were never fully gone, even in sleep. A predator circling that sleeping group was not circling helpless prey. It was circling 20 animals that could go from silent to screaming in 4 seconds. 20 animals wrapped in the smell of fire and unknown chemicals. 20 animals whose blood carried 2 million years of successful hunting. 20 animals whose sleeping brains were still listening right now. The risk was not worth it. It was never worth it. So picture it one final time. 50,000 years ago, a forest, deep in the night. The fire is low. 20 humans are sleeping shoulder to shoulder. Smoke hangs in the cold air. And at the edge of the trees, a lion is standing, watching. It can smell them. It can hear them. It takes one slow step forward, and then everything stops it. Not a wall, not a weapon, not a sound, just the fire, the group, the smell it cannot name, and something older than memory moving through its body saying, "Not this, not them, walk away." The lion turns and disappears. The humans sleep on, completely unaware. And in the morning, every single one of them wakes up, just like their parents did, and their grandparents, and every ancestor before them, going back so far that no story can reach it, because the predators of the ancient world learned something that took them thousands of generations to understand. Some creatures that look like prey have never been prey at all.